Hello, everyone. I'm Aurora Newton,
And I'm Angie Bailey.
and this is Ask the A Team. And today we're going to talk about what we speak over our lives, what we speak over other people, what we speak over our city. Angie and I talked about in our last segment about encouragement, and it's so important that we speak life and encouragement over ourselves. Don't look at yourself and say, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm worthless. Those are negative things that you become, you own when you speak them out. There's something about saying something out loud. We think it in our brain, but when we speak it over our lives, it takes root.
Yeah.
And so we just really want to kind of just debrief on that and talk about that. It was when I started speaking truth over my life that I knew scripturally. We talked about being fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that I was created for a purpose. My purpose isn't to be abused. My purpose isn't to just live, exist, and then die. That's not my purpose. It's not mediocrity.
Yeah.
And that's not your purpose either, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I've been really encouraged lately about seeing all the words of affirmation. We have friends that have a Facebook page that are doing words of affirmation, and just you've seen the little videos of the father teaching the daughter while he's doing her hair and speaking these words of affirmation. And I think that applies to everything. My mama taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything at all.
My mom taught me that too.
Funny. Maybe we should listen to our mothers.
Maybe we should. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yes. And I think it even goes beyond that. Sometimes, when maybe I do have something to share with somebody, or something negative rises up inside of me about somebody, maybe something they do bothers me or something like that. Pray for that person.
Absolutely.
Ask the Lord to give you His heart for them, and then speak out of that.
Right.
Then speak out of that. Call things out. Mine for the gold.
Yeah.
Like they say, anybody can find dirt in anybody.
Anybody. Yeah.
I know my dirt.
Yeah, I know my dirt.
We
I know her dirt too.
We know our dirt, but here's the thing: when I see her, I see gold.
Yeah,
I see a gold mine. And so that's what we go after for people. Sometimes it's harder to find in others. Sometimes people are difficult.
Yes. Challenging.
But go for the gold.
Yes.
I mean, really, just mine for it.
And when you have those challenging people in your life, and you do pray for them, and you ask for the gold in them, and you call that out in them, they don't necessarily see that in themselves, and they don't feel that inside, and that's okay. You speaking that out over them will plant a seed, and that's so important. Don't agree with that negativity. It's just not where we're supposed to be. And we talked about the city. We have so many people. We're in Dayton, Ohio. If you're not from here and you're listening to us, I love Dayton too. Not where I'm originally from, but I love it here. And so we try to speak truth and life over this city, and there's all kinds of research and statistics that say, this is terrible about here and that's terrible about here, or whatever city you're in. But you know what? We can turn that around, and we can really speak truth and life over our cities and call out the gold in our cities as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I always tell people, if whether it be, we're in Ohio, so whether you're talking about the weather, the bipolar weather, or the city and our heroin problem, worse in the United States, but I think there's a reason for that. And so just like Aurora and I have tapped into, we do this thing of when the enemy is lying to us, or just those little voices in our head, which is sometimes the enemy, sometimes ourselves, that instead of listening to what that's telling us, we use that as an encouragement. Because if it's something that the enemy is saying to you, then perhaps it's something you should be poking, right? Like if you're onto something and he tries to discourage you from it,
keep pressing in.
Keep poking at it. And one of the things with our city, and you could apply this to yourself, your workplace, your marriage,
kids, your family,
everything, school. When there's something negative, there's a reason for that, because there's something positive that's trying to be stopped. And speak life into it. Like for Dayton, I look at all the great things. I look at the
call out the gold in Dayton.
Urban renewal that we have going on down there. Some of the gold, the history.
Invention,
Dayton-
innovation.
Yes, know where you're at.
Yes.
Dayton, Ohio actually holds, I love this. Dayton, Ohio actually holds more patents. The only place that holds more patents in a little city called Dayton, Ohio, the only place that holds more patents ever is Israel.
Wow.
The entire country of Israel. I don't think that's
By chance.
by chance.
Not by chance.
There's something to that. Flight, of course, many things come. Red cash registers, God bless them, as they ring up my cells.
Because we don't like to shop ever.
No.
But it's so important to call out the gold, and anything that is negative can be turned around into a positive. There is a couple that we have had the blessing to hear speak at different times and be a part of some of their ministry, and they talk about doing a negativity fast, and that's really worked well for me in my life. When I chose the first time to do that, I decided to live that way, and Ange holds me accountable, and so do some of my other friends if I ever get into that negative track. But I got to the place where when I first started that fast, I actually said to one of my sons, you know what? I am fasting negativity right now. If you can say that to me in a positive manner, I will receive it. And it shifts your whole atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Because you have to rethink. You just have to retrain your whole brain. So that is our encouragement today. Call out the gold in whatever it is. Retrain your brain to a positive aspect. It's not being fake or phony. It's just stopping that negativity, stopping the enemy in his tracks. Call out your gold over the city. And if you live in Dayton, Ohio, we challenge you to join us. We are always praying for our city, prayer walking our city. Yes. We challenge you to join us in that. Yeah. Prayer walk, pray over the city, because we believe that Dayton, Ohio is going to be a forerunner in the drug war and stopping that.
Yes.
We are going to have innovations that stop that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I believe that with all my heart.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.